So let's see if we can make some music using just the sounds that we recorded perhaps in school, maybe around the house. If we put this together properly, it might actually have some sort of rhythm to it. So the first thing to do is to actually drag in a clip. I'm going to drag this one in, and when you first drag it in, what might happen is it'll ask you if you want to change the settings, and do that. Make sure you change them, but make sure that the first image that you pull in is scaled like this and not vertical. Make sure it's horizontal. And the reason for that is whatever one you add first, that's going to actually determine your sequence settings. And we'll go to sequence settings. Okay, it's not, we have to select a clip first. And what I want to do is set this to 1920 by 1080. That's perfect. Okay, we're set. If it doesn't work out, for example, if yours automatically defaults to 4K, no problem. Just right click and go scale or set to frame size. Okay, mine's already set to frame size. You just want to do that initially, and once again, make sure your sequence settings are set to 1920 by 1080. There's no sense going up to 4K. It's just going to slow the computers down. All right, what's next? Well, let's see how this sounds. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay, you can see I've got some other clips in there now. I was going to come back to those in a second, but let's just see. That first part can all go. We don't need that. And that doesn't actually sound very good. I'm going to delete that clip. Try this one. Let's see what we have here. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. I think that'll be our drum, our main sort of drum type sound. And you can see it's a bit of a complex sound. And so we're going to trim this down. First thing I'll do is drag this in. I'll go probably all the way to here, because that first part, it almost sounds like an echo or reverb or something. It's a bit better. There's still a little bit of something happening there. So I'll cut it maybe here. And there's two ways to trim this. First one is we'd simply drag the end. Okay, we drag the end of this. So let's move this over a bit so we get a little more real estate. I could just do that. Or the other way is to click over here on the razor blade or hit C. And I'll be using the C shortcut, C for cut, and you can see it changed to a razor blade. I'll cut that. And to go back to select is the V key. So I'll be using those shortcuts. V is select, delete that, and we're already, okay, it's improved, but you can still hear there's a bit of an echo to that. I want to fix that. I want to get this sounding pretty good. And so what I'll do is go up here to level, and I'm going to add a keyframe just as the first part. I'm going to zoom right in here. Just as it starts to kind of quieten down a bit, I'm going to add a keyframe. So maybe, yeah, right there. Add a keyframe. And then by the time it gets to here, I'd like it actually to drop in volume a little bit. I don't know. I'll just try -11. And then I know by the end I want this to fully fade out. I'll just drag it down to -281. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, I got lucky. That actually sounds pretty good. All right, so hopefully you saw what I did there. If you look at the levels here, we went from full volume, okay, 0 decibels. And then at the first, we set a key point, leaving it at 0 decibels. Then the second key point, actually, we dropped it down to -11. And then at the end, I dropped it down to -281, which basically is no sound. And that's actually doesn't sound too bad. Okay, I'm going to go to scale and set this to 33. We're just going to set them all to 33, double click it, and move it to where I want it to go. And it's fine right about there. Okay, we've got our first instrument. Wow. Now I'm going to want to repeat this sound, so I'm going to hold down. I could go Control C and then Control V, but that's going to get tedious. A shortcut is actually better, and I'm going to hold the Alt key and drag. And then I'm going to zoom in here just to make sure there's no spaces. No, there's not. I'll select them both. Alt key, hold it down with your left hand, drag with your right. I'll make sure there's no space there. And now, okay, so now we got a bit of a rhythm happening. I'm liking this. I'm not going to go through every instrument. It's going to take too long. I've set a few up already. And let's see. That's my snare drum. And that's annoying. I think this one here would be equivalent to, say, like a hi-hat type. Yeah, it's not great, but that's okay. So we'll set that in here. And the hi-hat, maybe what I want to do is get rid of every second one here. We don't need quite that much. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to Alt, drag this. Select both of those, Alt again. I'm being careful to try not to overlap, and I'm going to set, there we go, I'm going to line it like that. So let's just see how this sounds. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, the last thing I'll do is add in what would be, oh, I better, you know what I didn't do is, so I got to get rid of 3 of these. Yeah. Next step is going to be to scale this. So we go up here to Effect Controls, set this to 33, hit Enter, double click it, drag it to where we want it. Okay, try and get it as accurately in where it's going to go as possible, because it's going to be, otherwise you have to adjust the position for each one once you start to copy it. Hold down the Alt key and drag. Now we've got a duplicate of that. I'm going to get rid of that little space there. Drag, there we go. Select 2 of them now. Alt key, hold it down and drag. Not sure why it wants to go over there, but we go like that. And I think I probably created a space here. And then what I want to do is just align these properly. So, okay, that should do it now. Let's see. Okay, I'm liking this. So last thing I did mention is that what might sound like a bit of a snare drum, and that would go, I don't know, in between these beats. So let's go here. And then we have to do 2 things. Scale 33, double click it, and position it where it's going to go. And I might not get it perfect, but if we copy and paste, at least they're all going to be in the same place. Okay, hold down the Alt key and drag. And let's see how this is sounding. Okay, the volume of this snare drum needs to come up. So I'll probably delete this one. I should have checked it first. And so we can go level. I'm just going to bring that up to +6. Let's see if that does it. Maybe, that's not too bad, actually. That's not bad. Let's just leave it. You can fine tune it. So what I'll do then is Alt key, drag it so it aligns here, and that's not bad. Not terrible. And if I put this right on the end, yeah, select them all, hold down the Alt key, I should be able to repeat that whole sequence. Okay, there we go. That's actually not too bad. Make sure you save your file as you go. My computer's probably going to crash when I do that, but oh, it actually worked. Look at that. I think that should give you the tools that you need, hopefully. That's everything pretty much for now. Oh, you might want to change the pitch. Oh, and it did crash. Oh, and we're back. Okay, that's lucky. If you want to change the pitch, it's not hard to do. So let's just select one of these. I'm going to use this one here. And you'd want to adjust the pitch, obviously, before you start copying. Should be a simple matter. All we have to do is go to Effects. We want to go to Audio Effects, okay? Audio Effects. And we want to go Time and Pitch. And we'll set the pitch shifter. And this is the before. And let's go Alt, and let's make the after. Okay, so this is going to be our adjusted one now, so we can hear the difference. And what I'll do now is go down to Audio, should be down here. Here it is. Custom Setup. And we'll just drag the semitones. We'll drop it down. I don't know. So let's see. There we go. You can clearly hear the difference. Now you might have noticed, I did actually apply the filter the pitch shifter onto that first clip. I just didn't make any adjustments. That's why it still sounds original. In fact, if I went back to that clip, we could even remove it. It's not going to make any difference. All you do is click once and hit the delete button. It's still going to sound the same because we hadn't actually adjusted it. Now you can do a lot of other things. You could probably find reverb in here somewhere. Let's look for it. So let's say you wanted a little bit of reverb on here. Let's try that on, maybe we'll try it on, a drum would be a good one actually. So let's just go like this. I'm going to drag it over here. Okay, and I'm going to then duplicate it again, once again, so we can hear the difference. And what I'll do is drag Studio Reverb onto this. And let's see if we have any difference yet. Oh yeah, you could hear, I could hear a slight difference. And we could go in and we could work on that and set it up. Let's go room size. Yeah, let's make the room bigger. Sure, what the heck. Increase the decay as well. You can just play with the settings. So let's hear the before and after. Okay, so I could definitely notice a difference. Again, you experiment to your own musical liking. There's other ones that you could use as well, and you can experiment with them all you like. Okay, I hope that helps. Hopefully that gets you started on this project. Again, don't forget to save. That's it for now. Over and out.